Hello everyone and welcome back to my favourite room in the house. Just a quick video today because I actually received an unexpected mail call. It's always good when you come home from a long day at work and there's a surprise package on the doorstep. And this one is from my great mate Phil, aka Treasures for Trigger. Now, Phil is a Japan resident who was originally from New Zealand, but he spent a little bit of time in Australia lately catching up with some friends and going to see a rock concert. And while he was here, he put a few things into a post pack and shot them my way. And it arrived. It was a surprise and a really good one too. I'll start by showing you the note that he left in the package. Here it is here. It says, Ronnie, g'day from Sydney. Haha. Hope you're doing well. Here are a couple of gijoe miniatures released by Takara. Some good Japanese study for you reading the boxes. So I'll show you them very soon. Thanks heaps for the figs you sent over earlier in the year. Cheers for the friendship and good times on the tube. Cheers, Phil, a Kiwi in Australia. Very cool note. Love little handwritten notes like that. It's a real personal sort of a touch. Before I show you the figures that he sent me, I'll show you the other goodies that he had in the parcel. And he sent me some little Japanese snacks. So there was a little bag of snacks here, and I've just emptied this out. There's also a pretty cool little piece of memorabilia in here as well. This says Merry Christmas. It's always Christmas time. Touched with wonder and filled with love. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Very cute. Thank you, Phil. All right, so what have we got here? Well, first and foremost, we have a Treasures for Trigger sew-on badge. So definitely going to have to find something to sew that onto, or maybe I will display it with the rest of the stickers that I've been gifted over the journey from all of my mates on YouTube. So thank you for that, Phil. That is very cool. In fact, I might take it out straight away and stick it on my backdrop, if the plastic will allow me to. Here we go. There we go. Easy as. I'll just check it. Oh, no, I'm knocking everything over. It felt like a good idea at the time, but nah, there we go. We'll make it stand up. Very cool. So that's nice. And some of these snacks, I have no idea what these are. If you know what these are, please tell me in the chat. Maybe Phil, if you're watching, please tell me in the chat. They look a little bit like Arnott's barbecue shapes. They're that sort of hexagonal shape, and there's a couple of those there. Looks like we've got a couple of Choco snack chocolate bars. I'm struggling to remember my katakana. Katakana is a Japanese language that is used for English words, but I reckon that might say choco, as in choco snack. So that's choco. How's that? I remembered some of my Japanese, so I look forward to cracking a couple of them open. And these look like some sort of savoury snack, maybe some peanuts or something in there. I'm not even going to attempt to transcribe that Japanese there, but thanks, Phil. I will certainly tuck into them when I'm watching some YouTube in the coming weeks. But the best thing that was in this package were some miniature G.I. Joes by Takara, as he mentioned in his letter. And one of them came in a cardboard box, and the others were loose, like so. Maybe just to save space with the postage. But as you can see, they are very, very cool. So G.I. Joe 40th anniversary, G.I. Joe no Tameno. I'm going to embarrass myself trying to figure out all this Japanese, but maybe you can provide me with a translation if you're a Japanese expert out there in the chat. As you can see, made by Takara, a Japanese company that's been making toys and action figures for years and years and years. And on the back here, you can see that there is an action soldier, an action marine, an action sailor, an action pilot, all available. And Phil has sent me 3 of those, which I'm pretty stoked about. So cool box. I'll probably put that on the top of my cabinet and display it with the rest of my collection. So that's very cool. But what should we look at first? Maybe we'll look at the pilot first. Here he is here. So very reminiscent of those 60s G.I. Joes. It comes with a miniature version of the original packaging plus the figure itself, and I reckon it's going to be fairly easy to open these and still be able to put them back in the packaging, which is awesome. So just unfolded these little clips here and I'll slide the backing card out, which is very cool. Looks like it's got some instructions in there. Oh wow, this is very cool. It's like an old blueprint for the figure itself, and all the different parts are labelled, which is interesting. Looks like an old design drawing. That's very cool. I wonder if the other ones have got that. It looks like they do. Maybe they're all the same. So that's very cool. I'll check that out in a little bit more detail later. Looks like we've also got a little set of instructions or a file card here. Use this manual as your official training guide to prepare G.I. Joe figure for combat. This manual is the property of name, rank, and serial number. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. Looks like there's some information there on what the action pilot should wear to scramble his jet or go to dinner in, which is very, very cool. It's awesome. All right, let's see if we can take this out. Now, this is like sort of double lined, which is pretty cool. A bit like the old Delta 17 figures that I showed a couple of weeks ago on my channel. So this is very cool. I'll have a look at the figure in a second, but nice little action figure box. So you could probably display him in this carton, which is very, very cool. Check that out. That is so nice. America's movable fighting man. All right, let's have a look at the figure. I don't think there's any sticky tape or anything here. I reckon he just eases out, which he's going to do. Let's see if I can push him out. Just want to be really careful here. I don't want to break him. It's like, there we go. He's out. He's out of his plastic prison, as my great mate G.I. Jetman would say. How cool is that? So small, so about the size of my finger. A little bit small. It goes down to the sort of the second knuckle. I have really small hands though, but yeah, look, really, really cool. The details so intricate, right down to the fact that he has printed on his vest there. He's wearing an air vest. G.I. Joe air vest. USAF. That is very cool. He's got a little clipboard and pen on his knee. His flight suit's amazing. The breather mask, unreal. So maybe I put that into his little accompanying box. Here we go. That's very cool. So you can either display him in the box or display him out of the box. I'll put my pilot over there to maybe just quickly pack these little guys up. Let's have a look at the Sailor next, which looks a lot like Shipwreck does from the A Real American Hero line. It's pretty cool. Sorry about the glare on the camera from time to time. It's just what happens with plastic packaging, unfortunately. So we'll slide this out again as well. And wow, this has got some extra accessories. Looks like a life jacket and maybe some binoculars, a little flare gun, and a SP helmet. So Sea Patrol, maybe something like that. The schematics. There we go. I figured a good word for this backdrop. The schematics are still there, and this seems to be stuck fast to it. So for the benefit of this video, I won't go and snap these out on this occasion. but I'll certainly have a play around with him on a later date. Maybe stay tuned to my Instagram account if you want to see what he looks like all kitted out with these bits and pieces. But definitely want to be a little bit careful with them than I can be whilst on camera. So he come with a Navy manual as well, very similar to the Air Force one. And again, he's got his 2 different uniform types on the back here. So got his frogman outfit, and there's a whole list of all different things that he comes with: scuba suit top, scuba suit bottom, scuba headpiece. It's very small writing, but I can just make it out. And his shore patrol uniform. That's very cool as well. Okay, let's have a look at the figure. So just have a look at the box first. Very similar to the other box, but this one looks like it is showing the Action Sailor's frogman suit here. So a little bit different to the figure that was included, but obviously Action Sailors are going to be able to dress as frogmen from time to time, so I don't mind that. That's fine. And the box opens up exactly like the other one. There we are there. Just have a look at the figure now. Let's pop him out. Be careful. Again, there's these tabs around the legs that tend to hold him in. Just ease him out. Oh, there we go. Again, it's so cool. Check that out. It's so detailed for such a little figure. It's amazing. Love it. Love it. Unreal. So if you were watching my live stream the other night, you would have seen that Matthew Comstock mentioned that he had these, and someone asked how they compare in size to mask figures, and Matthew posted a photograph on his Instagram comparing them to the mask figures, and they are a lot shorter. So yeah, but I mean they're great. They're awesome. They're G.I. Joe. They've got G.I. Joe written on them, so they'll definitely find a space in my collection, and because they're a gift, I will cherish them forever. So we'll lock up the Action Sailor and put him there next to the Action Pilot, and we'll have a look lastly at the Action Soldier, which looks a little bit different to the others in that there are some accessories on clear display in the front of the package here. So overall the package looks very similar to the other two that we've just looked at. I might have copped a little bit of a dent on this one on the trip over, but look, that doesn't worry me. We'll get him out. And let's have a look here. Whoa, they snap pretty firmly there, so might not be able to put this one back in, but that's all right. I don't mind. Again, start with the little manual with the 2 different uniforms on the back. So we've got a command post soldier there and a military police officer, which is very cool. I wonder if these are multiple pages. I think they are, so I might have to crack these open and have a look through them at a later date. Looks like I need some scissors, which just aren't handy at the moment, but you can see there pretty clearly that there's a couple of pages involved, and I think that would be the same with these other ones. Yeah, there's a couple of pages in that one as well. I put the pilot one away, so again, schematics are there, which is pretty cool. But let's have a look at the figure. Just ease this out again. Whoa, I'm gonna be careful. I've lost some accessories there. Just put that down there. It's a carton. This is very cool. America's movable fighting man again. Love it. These are good. These are really good. Oh, just love it. All right. So there is a backpack that fell out. It looks like it has a post for inserting into the back of the figure, but it's clearly a backpack, as you can see, with a little shovel on it. The shovel doesn't poke out. That's fixed in there. But that's very cool. And there seems to be another little accessory here. I think that's a little canteen. This is tiny, like really small. Unbelievably small. Look at that. Intricately detailed though. Love that. So I'm interested to see where that fits on the figure. I'll just put them down there. I don't want to lose them. The figure itself looks wild. Like he's got his rifle toted across his chest. Yeah. This one I think is by far the most detailed out of the three. Like the sculpt is just unreal. That is fantastic. So let's see where the bits fit on the back. As you can see, there's a couple of holes here for the canteen and for the backpack. So I'll chuck well, I think it'll be harder to get the canteen in if I put the backpack in first. So we'll go with the canteen. It's very fiddly. Let's see how we go here. This is one moment when I'm thankful that I have really small hands. And the backpack looks like it goes in this way with the shovel handle pointing down, which makes sense. I'm trying to be really careful here, but I think that's as far as it wants to go in. Not sure. Looks alright. Yep. There we are. So his backpack and his canteen on his back. Just adds even more detail to the little figure. That's unreal. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Phil. I know you were returning a favor. I sent you some figures earlier in the year that you needed for your G.I. Joe collection, and I wasn't in any way expecting you to send me something in return, but you've outdone yourself here, mate. You've done really, really well. So like I said, I will cherish these for the days to come, and I'll certainly find some space in the cabinet for those bits and pieces. I don't think these will last long though. I will gobble them up straight away, but there it is. There is my Treasures for Trigger mail call. If you've enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Maybe even give it a like or leave a comment. I'll certainly come back to you in the comment section if you take the time to leave a comment. Certainly appreciate that. Trying to build a little bit of a community. Something's just spooked Dusty. Almost got through the whole video without him barking, but little Dusty dog, he's a little terror. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Yo, Joe.